just excited to wrestle. I mean, I think we're looking maybe in the first meet, maybe nine new guys in the lineup. So excited to see where those guys are at. We've been able to train. It's been good. I don't know. I'm sick of talking, to be honest. I'm sick of talking about, hey, are we going to have a season? Yeah, the season's starting, and we're going to get to compete this weekend. We're going to have a national tournament, and you know, that to me is our focus right now, is getting these guys better every single day, which we did. These guys being able to hold themselves accountable when they were outside of our control, so to speak. And it's going to come out in how we compete. It's going to come out in how these guys perform this weekend and beyond. I think we're ready for anything that gets thrown at us. Because everything is pretty fluid. But man, for us, we're battle tested. I talked to one of our guys last night and was talking about. I said, well, honestly, what can be more painful or hurt more than your national tournament getting taken away? So, you already had that happen. To me, as a competitor, one of the worst case scenarios happened, and how you've moved forward, how you've used it. Maybe you have another bump in the road, but man, you got to continue to stay the course and believe in what we're doing as a team. And my thing to our team has been, we lost a really good group of seniors, but for me, the torch gets taken and then it gets raised. It doesn't fall off. And I don't know. I'm ready to show a lot of people that don't give us a whole lot of love right now. Obviously, we got to prove that, but I know that really gets me fired up, man. There is a serious fire in my belly as a coach, and for our team too. I don't know. I'm more about questions. I always say that. I think Nelson, every year I'm like, I'm not going to say anything, and then I talk for 27 minutes. I'll try to leave it to a few minutes, and more get to your questions. But yeah, we got a lot of new faces. We got a lot of guys that haven't had a whole lot of matches, but man, they're great wrestlers. And they're prepared, and that's all I've tried to make sure these guys are focused on, is that they're, like this morning's workout, we put everything we can into that workout, and then the next workout we do the same thing, and then we continue to do it, and we just continue to build those days on top of each other. I think we have a few guys back that have. I'm trying to think of, a couple guys that we had that qualified for the national tournament, didn't even get to wrestle in the national tournament. So we have 2 guys on our roster right now that I think have had any national tournament experience, in Keegan Moore and Carter Isley. I'm trying to think, I had to think about it, but I'm pretty certain I know my roster pretty well, that those are the only 2 guys that have national tournament experience. And so, yeah, so everyone doesn't think a whole lot about us, or think that we're going to be very dang good, or think that we're going to have guys that are going to be scoring a whole lot of points in the national tournament. And I just smile and laugh and go back to work, and then we're going to get that opportunity in front of us. So I guess any questions, you guys can fire them away.
How have the guys still embraced that challenge of stepping up into the lineup? You have those big holes to fill. How have these guys really embraced that challenge to be the next guy in?
They've done the work, and we'll see when they compete. That's you see signs in the practice room, and there's things that are like, man, okay, that looks really good. Oh, this guy's doing a great job. And how we compete, and sometimes when the lights shine, can be a lot different. So I don't know. I can tell you a lot more after we get out in competition again. But as far as guys being prepared and ready and doing what's necessary to step in the lineup and have an impact, guys have done it. Yeah, you talk about some big shoes to fill, but that's got to be any program. If we want to be a perennial power, and we want to be a great program, and we want to talk about winning national titles as a team, then you can't have any drop off. It doesn't matter if you're a freshman. Some of these guys are going to get an incredible opportunity this year. Some of these true freshmen can get an incredible opportunity this year that they would never got. We got guys now that can be 5-time All-American or 5-time national champion. You get that opportunity this year. Obviously, you got to get the first one, but you ask how these guys have embraced it. They've embraced it well. They've done the things that we've asked them, and actually, I'll tell you, this has probably been, to me, the toughest I've been on a group of a team since maybe since my first year here. Just being incredibly demanding of the effort, the energy being brought every day, and the focus is solely on us improving, getting better. There's certain things that we can't control, obviously, in staying firmly fixed and focused on what we get to do, what we have the opportunity to do, not what we don't get to do. And I'm trying to lead by that example, but a lot's going to be in the proof of how they compete. But I'll say it again that not a whole lot of love for our team or our program or our guys within our program right now. And we have to do something to change that. And those guys have done the work to change that. So I look forward to these guys competing. But they've handled it very well, man. They know the shoes they have to fill. But that doesn't matter. I'm looking at a couple of my guys right now, and I can see a Parker Kekison and Lance Runyon, and yeah, they're trying to fill some shoes, but they're their own men, and they're ready to take it to another level. They've had some great guys in front of them, but man, none of those guys have got everything they wanted. Sorry, I got to watch for, and this is the first time I ever had accessory almost in my life. I got to watch for Christmas, and I've been wearing it. I don't know how long it's going to last or how long till I lose it. But I get distracted. But I know exactly where I was at, and I was talking about two individuals that are freshmen that they're ready to go make a mark, and that's what they're planning to do, and they're planning on and working to do it every day. So. As you can tell, I feel a little disrespected right now. I feel like our team is a little bit, and they have to prove that, though. So I'm putting the giant chip on my shoulder as a coach. But man, I know what we've done. I know the preparation that these guys have been put through, and how they've responded to it, and it's been great.
Coach, can you talk about all those Fort Dodge Dodgers you have in the lineup that could be a unique thing where you have 4 of them at one point this year?
Yeah, I mean I saw that. I think they were saying something maybe from the 40s. The first time that a Division I program will have 4 guys from the same town, and that's a cool thing. It's awesome, and what I'll say about that is that making the lineup is one thing. Now they want to have an impact beyond that. Like, okay, I'm the guy, I'm in the lineup. Okay, now how about 4 guys being All-Americans together? How about 4 guys being national champions together? How about that? Let's move it forward. So it's awesome, and those guys have grown up together, and they've had a lot of pride. I mean, they were been scrapping since they were knee high, and it's something I think that they've wanted to do for a long time, and they did it. They were able to do it in Dodge. It took them a few years, but they were able to do it there, and it's something they want to do here too. And to me, you go about it the same way. But man, I think having that kind of that bond and camaraderie, amongst that much of the team, they come from those kind of same roots, and it's a great thing. But I saw that, and I thought that's an incredible thing, and something I know Fort Dodge, they're very proud of their wrestling. They're very proud of their I guess heritage, and they want to build on that legacy though. I mean, they didn't come just say we were state champion. Now they want to go beyond that. So I'm going to challenge them that let's be the first group of 4 to do something. If from the same hometown, let's do something together that nobody's ever done. Not just make the team. Let's go beyond that. And so I know that's what they want to do, and that's what we'll keep pushing them to do. But it's a cool thing. I mean, but I don't know, beyond that, I want them to do a whole lot more.
Coach, you mentioned there's 9 new faces in the lineup, I'm assuming for this weekend.
Yep.
First off, who are they going to be? And 2, I mean, is there an element of excitement that comes with, just really kind of starting fresh?
Yeah, I think there's an element of excitement anytime you get in. You're into a new year. We had some wrestle off matches, and the team for this weekend. 25 Teskey, 33 Piscaglia, 41 Bennett, 49 Tristan Lara, Cade Lara, 57, 65 Pat Shanefelter, 74 we got Lance Runyon, 84 we got Keegan Moore, 97 Tyrell Gordon, and then heavyweight Carter Isley. So yeah, so potentially 9 new faces in the lineup. Yeah, if you look at it like that. But I mean, there's excitement anytime that you like, especially when we've been this long off. You're talking 10 months where we haven't got to compete. 10 months you guys haven't got the chance to put on a UNI singlet. So yeah, I think we're eager and excited to compete again and to just see what these guys are capable of. Because, like I said, the prognosticators, so to speak, don't think a whole lot of us or our team or what these guys are capable of doing, and they have to prove it. I mean, I keep banging on that, but I'm ready for our guys to show them something different, and they got to, with the shortened season. I mean, you need to make your presence known early. You need to go out and beat guys now, and it starts on Sunday for us.
Yeah, to follow that up, just with the shortened season, dual only, not having various tournaments to kind of evaluate guys and maybe tinker with the lineup like you normally would. What is that process going to look like this year as maybe you spend one set of guys now?
Yeah, we're working on that. The great thing is we'll have extra matches. Everywhere that we go, we'll bring multiple guys, and they'll be able to get extra matches. I think it's important that if you look at it, you don't know what the heck's going to happen. I mean, you don't know if someone's going to get knocked out. And I told our team the other day, everyone has to be prepared and ready. Every single guy, because you know what? And I think the teams that if you look at college football, the teams that prepare they're down the line. And not just relying on, okay, well, we got this guy and he's a stud. Well, how about the guy maybe behind him? Is he preparing the same? Is he getting ready? And I think those teams have done really well. And so for us, I don't know, man. We could get a contact, and then this guy gets contact, and all of a sudden these guys are out, and you're going to have to be ready to step in. And we're getting all 32 of our guys to, hey, I am going to be prepared and ready for it. I don't know. It will definitely look different this year, probably from some tryout standpoint and doing some more things during the week that we've never done. But it's our job to put our best team out there. It's our job to get all these guys prepared and ready. And how we figure that out, I'm still 100% working on that. The good thing is like I said, we'll be able to have extra matches for guys. We're going to bring extra guys this weekend, and they'll get matches. And then the next weekend we go to Iowa State. They'll have guys there. I think the other teams are bringing guys in almost every place that we go. Hey, bring extra, bring anybody you want to bring. Let's get matches in. Let's wrestle and let's see where guys are at, because in a shortened season, what we do need to get these guys out there and get them opportunities and get them matches, as many as we can. So that's kind of how we'll try to evaluate, and sometimes you're going to have to make some hard decisions. But right now, I think just everyone getting the opportunity to compete is exciting for us, and seeing where guys are at, and then we'll evaluate after this weekend.
What's Derek Olschlag's status going to be?
Do you say Derek or Jacob? Jacob. He's working his way back from injury. Unfortunately, I don't know if we'll see him this year again. He's in our room. He's working every day. Man, the guy's, you don't have to look very far sometimes to get some perspective on some things. For some of our guys, I mean, it's really not that hard to look and, hey, I'm not really the guy right now, or I got beaten a wrestle off. Like, I can look at this. I could look at a guy like Jacob Olschlag. And this guy he was an All-American a couple years ago. Then he had this injury. Then he's had another injury. Then he's had another injury. And he's one of the best guys in the country. And I believe he'd be a national champion, 197 pounds, if he stays healthy. So, yeah, you ask. I mean, he's not going to be in the lineup. We're hoping that sometime in the future he is. And if he's not, I mean, he does an incredible job in our room of keeping the standard. Man, for me, it's perspective. I keep that perspective. Like, man, why would I ever be upset? I get the opportunity to go out and compete. I'm healthy. This guy doesn't even get it, and he wants it more than anything. So, yeah, you asked the question. I mean, I'd love to have him to have the opportunity to be in the lineup right now, but his health isn't where it needs to be.
You guys took a
No, I don't think any schedule usually does. I'd like to get another home event with potentially the Big 12 date moving. You got to kind of try to be a little bit fluid with that last weekend. So we've left that open because I want to have a little bit of time in between, and if we happen to not have it, then you get an extra week of training. But with Big Ten's not wrestling anybody outside of conference, that takes a lot away from us. With us not being able to fly places, that takes opportunities away from us. So we're trying to keep everything we can as close as we could, and some teams want to wrestle, some teams don't. I mean, heck, if I'm looking at my team this year and you got 9 new starters, I don't know why people aren't lining up to wrestle us. Like, look at that team. Where are those guys? Look at all they lost to. Well, they lost this guy and this guy and this guy, and this guy he won 100 matches. This guy won 100 matches. This guy was a freaking killer, and I'd be like, who are they replaced him with? And you're like, I don't know. I'm not sure. These guys, I think they're okay. And then, so I don't know why guys weren't lining up. I should have had call after call after call to wrestle us, and it didn't. So no, yes. Did the schedule play out like I wanted to? No, but we will be battle tested though. If you look at who we go through, and we go North Dakota, South Dakota State, and then you go Missouri and Arizona State. So we were able to get some out of conference, and then you go Oklahoma State. Then you come back and you go over Northern Illinois, and then you wrestle Iowa State and Northern Colorado. I mean, that's a solid schedule. We're going to be tested, and we're going to get high level matches. I'd like to have got a few more, but like I said, Big Ten really limited that, and then some other teams they're more willing to wrestle and work with you than others.
Doug, you mentioned with the NCAA giving the freebie year all sport athletes.
Yep.
What are the odds we can see a handful of true freshmen starting in this year and there, maybe even push for a starting spot?
They're going to decide that. I mean, we'll have a few of those guys that will be competing this weekend. Sometimes with these extra matches too, I'm struggling mightily to understand why a team wouldn't want to bring as many guys as they could to get these guys matches. I don't understand it. I don't understand why I wouldn't be lining up to. I mean, okay, maybe this guy's going to get beat by somebody. So what? Give them the opportunity to go out there and compete. Like I will bring everybody I can anywhere that I can, and every guy that they need an opportunity to wrestle, and they've earned that opportunity. So it's when these guys are like, well, I'll bring a couple guys, or I don't get it. I don't understand that at all. I don't know, what was I talking about? Because I lost my train of thought. I got a squirrel. They got a squirrel moment. Yep. Well, like I said before, the first thing that I said when guys in the free year, whatever that means, it's not a free year. It's an opportunity, man. They're like I said, there's going to be 80 All-Americans. There's going to be 10 national champions. They're going to award trophies. Like it's not. It is an opportunity. They don't lose a year of eligibility, and for us, I think it helps us a whole lot because we develop guys, and guys get better, and to me, guys have improved steadily through the program. So us getting another year, that's a great thing. I love it. For me thinking, the first thing I told guys, I said, you can be a 5-time national champion now. Be the first guy to do that. Be the first 5-time All-American. And obviously you got to be in a first or second year. You got to be a first or second year guy to have that opportunity. But I don't. That's the first thought that went in my head. Holy cow! What an incredible opportunity. And then for us, what an opportunity for us to get more time with some of our athletes and develop them, and build a better relationship, and also get them. Some guys just mature a little bit later and figure things out a little bit down the line. But man, if you can't be grateful for the opportunity that you get in front of you, and then never taking anything for granted. I mean, heck, we wrestled our whole season, and you're a week out, and you don't get to wrestle in your national tournament. We can never take anything for granted again as far as competing. So when I get to coach this weekend, like I told the guys that man, you see me fired up before. Like I might be doing breakdance and headstands. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to be so freaking excited to get to coach these guys again that I'll be bursting probably, but I'll just be smiling the whole time, man, because I can't wait for these guys to get the opportunity to compete. And I just want them to make the most of it. So, yeah, I mean, we definitely could see those guys because we're the guy that shows that he's the best guy is going to be the guy that represents us.